Hello there, very good afternoon. You're joining Lunchtime News here on MTVsports. I'm Aaron Rajaratnam. Let's start with your headlines first, as usual. A fast commenced by a teacher from a leading school in Colombo this morning. Stern action to be taken against pharmacists who overcharge patients by selling medicine at a higher price. Also, the 2015 Cricket World Cup fixtures released. Moving on to those stories in detail, a fast commenced by a teacher from a leading school in Colombo this morning is continuing. The teacher is engaging in a fast in protest against a transfer granted to her. When Newsfirst made inquiries, the principal of the school said that although the transfer was granted according to rules and regulations, the teacher had rejected the transfer. Meanwhile, the fast commenced by Venerable Theripahasirida Mathera demanding a solution to the water problem in the Ratupaswala area has escalated into a fast unto death. The Thera said that he had rejected all forms of nutrition from 8:30 last night.
I find it very difficult to talk now. We began a fast unto death campaign at 8 a.m. yesterday. All we are asking the authorities is to provide clean water to the public. We will not stop our fast until the President himself attends to our matter.
Meanwhile, Deputy Minister Lasantha Alagiyawanna said that a special committee had been appointed to look into the water problem faced by the people of Ratupaswala and a report will be obtained in 2 weeks. The Deputy Minister made this comment at a discussion held at the Gampaha District Secretariat. However, the villagers who did not agree to the decision said the fast will continue until a solution is provided. Accordingly, the villagers began a fast last night in close proximity to a private factory that is connected to the issue.
Well, in more local news, the Minister of Health says that stern action will be taken against pharmacists who overcharge patients by selling medicine that is higher in price but of the same type as prescribed by doctors. Director General of Health Services Dr. Palitha Mahipala said that certain individuals sell medicinal drugs at a high price in order to obtain a high commission. Dr. Palitha Mahipala noted that even though pharmacies should be air-conditioned, most pharmacies do not comply with this standard. A program was held yesterday to educate private pharmacists on the correct method of selling drugs. Meanwhile, Dayasiri Jayasekara says that his political career cannot be destroyed through baseless allegations. He made this statement while attending a ceremony to declare open his party office in the Kurunagala Yantampala area. Dayasiri Jayasekara emerged through various problems. Our political careers cannot be destroyed through baseless allegations. This district is of historical significance because it comprises of 5 kingdoms. We can generate a large revenue for the country through tourism in the district. I hope to work together with the councillors and ministers in the Northwestern Province to initiate a program that would revive the Northwestern Province. Well, the suspects who were arrested for rearing reptiles and several other species of animals in a house in Kirulapana was produced before the Colombo Magistrates Court yesterday and released on a surety bail of 100,000 rupees.
Assistant Director of the Species Conservation Centre, WAADU, Indrajit noted that animals were sold to foreigners via the internet. During the raid, conservation officers took into custody a python, a snake and a green iguana. The Assistant Director said the animals were sold at a high price. Environmentalists charged that trafficking wild animals has increased rapidly, mainly through sales conducted over the internet.
වනසත්වරදාම ශ්‍රී ලංකාව තුළ මේ වෙනකොට තරමක් පුළුල් ලෙස පැතිරී ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා විශේෂයෙන්ම Facebook වෙබ් අඩවි හරහා නිර්මාණය කරගන්නා වෙළඳ දැන්වීම සහ වෙළඳ වෙබ් අඩවි.
Trafficking of animals is growing rapidly in Sri Lanka, especially via Facebook and other buying and selling websites, which enables the buyer and seller to engage in a transaction without being physically present for the transaction. We carried out several raids on such websites during the past few days. This situation is spreading widely and international transactions are increasing where animals are sold at a high price.
Well, the All Ceylon Buddhist Congress held an Adhisthana Puja under the theme Save the Country from the Destruction Caused by the Provincial Council System established under the 13th Amendment to the Constitution.
The Adhisthana Puja held in Kandy was organized by the All Ceylon Buddhist Congress and the Kandy Buddhist Organization. Venerable Alutgama Dhammananda Thera from the Malwatu chapter presided at the puja. A group including chairman of the All Ceylon Buddhist Congress, Jagat Sumatipala, attended the puja. The group also paid homage to the sacred tooth relic at the Temple of the Tooth.
Well, yet another media workshop conducted by Newsfirst is currently underway at the President's Girls College in Sri Jayawardhanapura. This is the 102nd media workshop organized by Newsfirst. The workshop aims at developing communication skills and also providing practical experience for school students on gathering news and compiling and presenting a news report. Students had an opportunity to display their talents at the workshop. Well, also Newsfirst's U reporter Upul Janakakumara filed this report on an unclean drainage system in the Dambulla town.
Dambulla නගරයේ ප්‍රධාන කාණු පද්ධතියක් වන Dambulla රෝහල අසලින් ගමන් කරන
The stench emanating from a drain which carries wastewater from the Dambulla main hospital is severely inconveniencing pedestrians and area residents. Incidentally, there are several shops located close to the drain.
මම Newsfirst U reporter Dambulla Upul Janakakumara.
Well, Pope Francis has said that he is considering invitations from Sri Lanka and the Philippines as part of his trip to the Holy Land. He made this announcement during a plane journey to the Vatican from his first foreign trip in Brazil. Reverend Father Benedict Joseph, the spokesperson for the National Catholic Social Communications Council, expressed the following views on this announcement.
It is customary that when the Holy Father comes to a certain country, there is a certain formality that needs to be fulfilled. That is, first of all, the Catholic Church, the leadership of the Catholic Church, taking into consideration the particular event or the special celebration that is in mind, they will invite the Holy Father to participate in this particular event. No sooner that is done, they will inform the government, mentioning about the desire of the church to invite the Holy Father, and then seeking the government for the coming. So then after that, the government will officially write to the Vatican, sending the invitation.
Well, an event was held yesterday at the National Library and Documentation Services Board to mark the 60th memorial of the Moncada attack in Cuba. Dr. Theodore Veerasinghe expressed these views at the event.
අද ගෝලීය ජනතාව හමුවේ තියෙන ප්‍රධාන අභියෝගය මම සලකන්නේ.
The main issue before the global population is westernization. There is a problem as to how people should be organized to face global imperialism from America and the Western Europe. Globalization and the manner in which it operates has today transformed into a war. This is actually a third world war. However, this is not an armed war like the wars we have witnessed before.
සංග්‍රාමය යුද්ධය දැන් මේ සිදුවෙමින් පවතින තුන්වෙනි ලෝක යුද්ධයක් ඇත්ත වශයෙන්ම.
Well, meanwhile, a mass lying-in state is being organized for the victims of the Italian bus crash near Naples as Italian government declared a national day of mourning to coincide with the funerals today.
38 people were killed and 18 injured when a bus plunged 25 meters off a viaduct in Italy in the second major transport disaster in southern Europe in less than a week. Initial reports suggested that the coach was travelling at a speed and hit 4 or 5 cars before crashing over the roadside barriers on a stretch of road near Monteforte, Irpino, east of Naples on Sunday night. There were around 50 people on board, many of them children. 37 of the 38 victims came from the town of Pozzolio near Naples, and the Italian Red Cross transported the bodies of the victims from a school-turned-morgue in Monteforte, Irpino to a sports complex in their hometown. Officials said the driver was killed in the crash and an autopsy has been ordered on his body.
Well, meanwhile, thousands of supporters turned out to welcome home Germany's women's football team, after their victory in the final of the European Championships.
German goalkeeper Nadine Angera saved 2 penalties and substitute Anjana Mitika scored the winner as they beat Norway 1-0 to win their 8th European title in Stockholm on Sunday. Victory brought a message of congratulations from Chancellor Angela Merkel, and as the team returned home, coach Sylvia expressed her pride in the side.
Yes, of course we are very proud. Nobody counted on us getting that far. I'm very happy. This young team had a few ups and downs, especially at the start of the tournament, but once we were in full swing during the decisive game, they showed what they were capable of doing, and I'm extremely proud of them. It should not be forgotten that we have a very young team, which has no experience and which had no opportunity to enjoy such a tournament. They had to take responsibility from the very beginning, and so the trophy should be valued even more. I'm very proud. It's fantastic what we have achieved, and it's great that we got the trophy in the end. Well, I'm still a little speechless and I'm very happy.
Well, and now in some cricket news, the fixtures for the 2015 ICC Cricket World Cup have been released. The tournament will be hosted jointly by Australia and New Zealand. The World Cup will feature 49 matches played over 44 days in 14 cities starting from the 14th of February. The first encounter of the tournament will be between co-hosts New Zealand and Sri Lanka at Christchurch. Well, FC Barcelona's new coach Gerardo Tata Martino took charge of his first training session at the Joan Gamper base.
The Spanish champions, who had just returned from Norway, where they beat Vålerenga 7-0 in a friendly match in Oslo on the 27th of July, where they also welcomed back their 10 players that had been taking part in the Confederations Cup in Brazil. These included Brazilian Neymar making his first appearance on the Barcelona training ground after being signed from Santos for 57 million euros last month. Neymar showed some of his potential in the Confederations Cup, scoring 4 goals for Brazil in the tournament, including the opener in their 3-0 win against Spain in the final. He was named as the player of the tournament. Martino, who watched from the stands in Oslo as Lionel Messi was among the scorers against Vålerenga, will be taking his squad to Poland, where his first match in charge will be against Lechila. This match was originally scheduled to have been played on the 20th of July, but was postponed after Barcelona's previous coach Tito Vilanova resigned the previous day because of his health problems. One of Martino's first problems will be to attempt to hold on to Cesc Fabregas, who has attracted the attention of English champions Manchester United. The club has already rejected 2 offers for the Spanish midfielder. Following today's match, Barcelona returned to Spain to take on Neymar's old club Santos on Friday.